It's time to check out another 3 3/4 inch Star Wars action figure and its variant. Let's get into this. All right, welcome to another episode of Paul's Collectibles. It's good to have you. Thanks for joining me. Today we're going to be taking a look at yet another 3 3/4 inch Star Wars The Vintage Collection action figure. This time, the Migs Mayfeld from Morak. Now, this was a great scene. If you'll recall from the Mandalorian series, this is where they had to dress up as transport troopers, him and Din Djarin, and break into the Imperial facility. It was a great green deco. I loved the concept of the armor and the helmet, and I ended up actually buying a hot toy of one of those as well, and it quickly became one of my favorite figures. Also, if you go back into my video line, you'll see that I actually customized my own transport trooper figure long before they came out. Anyway, I was looking around trying to get a hold of this new Migs Mayfeld version when I found an English company called Star Action Figures that I'd heard other Star Wars channels talk about before, and they had it in stock. It wasn't even anywhere near close to being delivered here in the United States because it was a Target exclusive. So I ordered 2 from Star Action Figures and a couple of other figures. And unfortunately, when the box got here, it was demolished. It was just crushed so bad that it crushed all the way through the exterior box, through the padding, and into the case that they had put my 8 figures. So I held on to those, and the ones that I had coming from Target, I just went ahead and let them get here. And then I started looking around and doing some studying, and I realized that there is a variant of this figure, and by accident, I have both variations. So without any further ado, let's take a look at this figure, and I'll show you the very slight difference really fast. So there's the figure out of the box. As you can see, Star Wars The Mandalorian, since it comes from the Mandalorian series. Migs Mayfeld with that deep red name pill and the red figure back. And that's a great looking card. I love Bill Burr as Migs Mayfeld. Also a big Bill Burr fan. That's a lot of B's in one sentence to begin with. I love his style of humor, and like I said, I was a huge fan. It was such a fun experience to see him show up in episode, I think it was 6 of the first season, and then again in the second season. And this card back is just beautiful right there on Morak, him posing, looking like he doesn't quite trust you and isn't quite sure what's going to happen next, but he's down for whatever. But looks great. But let's take a closer look at the figure. Now, as usual, I'm going to be hard-pressed to complain about these vintage collection figures in any fashion. I mean, look at this guy. For as small as he is, he comes with a very detailed transport trooper helmet. That sculpt looks just like Bill Burr. I mean, they just absolutely nailed it. The armor's got a little bit of weathering on there. The shoulder bells look great. Notice that the bicep pieces are both green. That's going to be important in just a second. This is screen accurate. If you'll notice, the Black Series figure of this same character has the red bicep over there, which is not accurate. That's the one that Din Djarin wore. He just had all green. So it's great that this figure actually has that correct. And if you come on down, the belt, great stuff. Looks like the jacket is like the softer plastic, no soft goods there. Coming on down, they did such a great job on weathering his boots and his shin pieces. He's got that really specific looking blaster in the gloves. Overall, I mean, just an excellent looking figure. Doesn't come with anything else in there, but I'm just ecstatic. Let me show you something that's interesting, however. So on the left, we have the one that came from Entertainment Earth or Big Bad Toy Store. I'm not sure where I got it from. And on the right, we have the one that came from Star Action Figures. And if you look closely, the bowl got all messed up here, but I was able to pop a little bit of it out. But that's not why we're looking at this. What we're looking at is, check this out. On this one, he's got the red armband. And these, apparently, as I understand it, are mostly the ones that people are finding in the United Kingdom. And on this one, he's got the green bicep piece or armband. And this is the one that's mostly coming out in the United States. So, exactly the same figure, exactly everything is the same, but apparently they started to release this one first, and because they came out in the UK first, they got out. But then they realized their mistake, fixed it, and now they have the green armband, and those are the ones that you're finding in the United States. So if you're a completionist, if you're interested in variants, or you just have some extra cash and want to pick up 2 of these, you now have an option to get the red armband, which is not screen accurate, or the green one. And Migs Mayfeld is VC 229. But there you have it, just a quick look at the Migs Mayfeld figure from the Mandalorian Star Wars Disney Plus streaming TV show, with the slight difference in the color on the right armband. Not a huge deal, pretty much look exactly the same. I don't know if either of these is even going to be rare because it seems like they made so many of these, but if you're really into this character, or you're a completionist, or you just want to make sure you have both versions of this, there you go. Mostly in the United Kingdom, mostly in the United States. And with that, if you're joining me for the first time, maybe consider subscribing. That's the best way to support the channel. And if you're already a subscriber, I greatly appreciate it. But with that, I'll see you on the next video.